The camo grind is a huge part of Call of Duty. Every new Call of Duty game will have a lot of new camos for you to work towards, and ever since Black Ops 3, it's been common practice for there to be this final ultimate mastery camo, whether it be Dark Matter, Damascus, but what have been the craziest camo grinds in COD history? Well, shout out to user XF5HO8TS6N, and he said, can we have a video where you rank the camo grinds? Well, here it is, user X. I hope you enjoy it. Today, we are going to be going over the 10 most ridiculous camo grinds ever put in Call of Duty. So you let me know in the comments how many of these camos that you actually unlock. Circle of Trust, don't lie about it. Drop a like, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, and let's go. At number 10, Dark Matter in Black Ops 4. Dark Matter was introduced in Black Ops 3, but it returned to the sequel, and it was this massive grind to unlock. In order to unlock Dark Matter in Black Ops 4, you had to get diamond camo on every single gun in the game, and the reward was the Dark Matter camo, and it was unlocked on every weapon. Black Ops 4's Dark Matter looked good, but it was a little less satisfying to use than Diamond due to the fact that the Diamond camo in the game actually changed colors as you got kills throughout the match. The Dark Matter camo in Black Ops 4, I would call it a tad underwhelming compared to the other mastery camos in the game, but we're just talking about the grind itself, and there's no denying. The Black Ops 4's Dark Matter grind could get rough. The longer time to kill in Black Ops 4 made headshot challenges a bit harder to complete, and since you had to be hitting more consistent shots in BO4 compared to other titles, it was not easy. The longer TTK also made things like long shots a lot tougher. It required more effort, and the pistol challenges were basically impossible outside of hardcore modes. Black Ops 4 Dark Matter was only the 10th hardest camo grind in COD history, so we've got a lot to go over. At number 9, Interstellar in Modern Warfare 3 2023. Modern Warfare 3's gameplay was a pretty massive step up from Modern Warfare 2, but one thing that carried over was the grindy camo system, which could often kill the fun of the game by forcing you to play a certain way. Now, obviously, the Modern Warfare 3 system wasn't nearly as bad or as intrusive as the Modern Warfare 2019 system, but it was still requiring you to get tons of kills with every single weapon, and no matter how good you were, there was going to be a ton of playtime on your account. Interstellar could only be unlocked by getting every single weapon in the game gold, and since Modern Warfare 3 launched with a lot of weapons, this was huge. And it didn't help with the skill-based matchmaking. It didn't do anybody any favors. It was certainly one of the biggest grinds to date in this franchise. I know a lot of people are still working on it, even while Black Ops 6 is looming just a few months away. At number 8, Dark Matter in Black Ops 3, the original Dark Matter, remains one of the hardest camo grinds in COD history. When it was first discovered, it absolutely changed the COD formula. It was the first time we ever discovered a secret mastery camo. And if it weren't for Black Ops 3, a lot of things you expect from a COD camo grind now, they wouldn't exist. But Black Ops 3's Dark Matter was a pretty tall order because there was a lot of weapons in the game at launch, and many of them had some very, very tough challenges that you had to complete in order to unlock gold. But at the end of the grind, you got Dark Matter. It was an instant sign of accomplishment in the COD community. It was an awesome camo and a very, very tough but very rewarding grind to get there. At number 7, Damascus in Modern Warfare 2019. It was the equivalent of Dark Matter, that being a super pretty camo that was unlocked by unlocking diamond on every single weapon in the game at launch. And in case you haven't actually tried the camo grind in this game, it's pretty mind-numbing, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure what made Infinity Ward want to do the things they did in this game, but at the time of Modern Warfare's release, these were some of the longest gold camo challenges in franchise history. Getting gold on a weapon sometimes meant getting 1,000 kills with it just to finish one tier of camos. Then others involved things like getting hundreds of kills while mounted or hundreds of kills while crouching, which was just a huge buzzkill for a game like Call of Duty. So not only did these camos take forever, it wasn't any fun. Damascus would take so many hours of grinding camos in the most annoying ways possible, and it was this massive sigh of relief when you finally saw the Damascus camo unlock pop-up come up because you knew you would never, ever, ever do it again. At number 6, Black Sky in Infinite Warfare. Once again, this is basically just Dark Matter under a different name. But not only is Black Sky one of the coolest looking camos in COD history, yes, I'm serious, it was a tough grind, mainly because it required you to get really good at the game. Call of Duty camo challenges usually just require things that would happen naturally in the gameplay. Headshots, long shots, stuff like that. And then they'd have some wild ones in there, getting kills without any attachments, or getting kills with lots of attachments. Now, Infinite Warfare's camo system was pretty in line with that description. There was a few things, though, about the gameplay itself that made it harder. That's not to say the challenges weren't hard, because there were some annoying ones, getting 50 kills while sliding with SMGs and getting 15 kills with the last 15% of your magazine for LMGs. Come on. I know that's one of the most unique camo challenges in COD history, but it's also kind of dumb. Black Sky looks good, but there's a good reason why you didn't see it much. Hardly anybody thought it was worth the grind. Now we crack into the top 5. DM Ultra and Black Ops Cold War. Now, compared to other Black Ops games, Cold War didn't have as many camos to unlock at launch, but the grind was still lengthy. Like Black Ops 4, Cold War had a longer time to kill than other Call of Duty games, which inherently made the camo grind a little bit harder, since you had to hold your aim on all of your targets for just a tad longer, and that compounds, it adds up. And it led to more room for error and overall slower progress on camo challenges, pretty much across the board. But on top of that, Black Ops Cold War had some really frustrating challenges like kills while sliding, kills while in cover, which was super inconsistent because this game didn't actually have a cover system, kills with injuries or injured. I guess you're going to have to get killed in the process, and several more that took even the skilled players a bit of time to finish, especially since this game was plagued by strict skill-based matchmaking. DM Ultra took forever. It has to be one of the top 5 hardest camo grinds in history. At number 4, Gold in Modern Warfare 3 2011. MW3 had an awesome looking gold camo, one of the best, unlike other COD games, and it didn't require any specific challenges to be completed in order to unlock gold camo for a weapon. All you had to do was earn a certain amount of weapon XP, which was accomplished by simply getting kills and assists. So why is it up here at number 4? Well, because when developing the multiplayer, Sledgehammer and IW decided not to separate the character's prestige and the camo progression, meaning if you prestiged, all of your camos would be reset, and you'd have to unlock them all over again. In other Call of Duty games since Modern Warfare 3, weapon XP and player XP have been properly split so they don't get reset by one another, but MW3, they didn't do that. Your entire camo progression could be completely reset if you hit that prestige button. I mean, how many of you ended up doing this by accident and deleting 5 gold camos from your menu? This grind can be super easy and quick, but if you ever hit the prestige button, which everybody would eventually, you could kiss every single camo goodbye, and you had to start over. For that, it gets the number 4 spot. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. At number 3, Regal in Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, the Regal Mastery camo in Modern Warfare Remastered looked really good. Raven Software did some amazing things with the original COD 4 multiplayer experience, namely by adding a ton of new camos and skins for weapons, and basically all of them look great and fit with the tone of this game. Regal camo was unlocked by getting gold on everything in the game, and not only were there some tough challenges you had to get through, there was also a good number of really bad guns that never got buffed. The Scorpion, the M14, the M60, and several more were some of the worst guns in COD history. But if you wanted Regal, you had to get hundreds upon hundreds of kills with all those trash can weapons, while also getting things like headshots and kills without attachments, meaning you couldn't even lean on attachments to make weapons like the M60 any better than they were by default, and it was bad. MWR's Regal grind didn't take as long as some other camo challenges, but it was one of the most demanding on your skills, and for that, I think it deserves a number 3 spot. At number 2, Orion on Modern Warfare 2 2022. Now, MW2 is a very controversial game because while there were certainly a good number of people playing it, opinions on the multiplayer were low. Many COD players see Modern Warfare 2 2022 as one of the worst 6v6 experiences in COD history, and that's saying something, and maybe that's the reason the Orion Mastery grind was so frustrating. The gameplay was slow, it was inconsistent, there was some incredibly strict skill-based matchmaking, so doing any of these camo challenges while enjoying yourself consistently was impossible. Yes, the challenges were probably less annoying on their own than some of the others on this list, but there were some definitely, there was some annoying ones. But the soul-sucking grind to finish them while playing Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer was too much for me to consider anything better than bottom tier as a COD experience. I get it. There's probably some more objectively grindy challenges than Orion, but the sheer grind of the gameplay itself, it landed at number 2. This might be a harsh one for me, but that's my opinion. And at number 1 today, the hardest camo grind in COD history has to go to Gold in Black Ops 1. That's right. We went from one of the worst COD multiplayers of all time to one of the best. Now, depending on who you ask and who actually remembers this grind, the Mastery camo in this game is still one of the most ridiculous grinds in franchise history. For those who never played Black Ops 1, or maybe you weren't that serious about getting gold camo for all your guns, you probably have no idea how grindy this game was. And I'm still 100% certain this is the hardest gold camo grind in COD history. Now, it's common for the 3rd and 4th Mastery camos to be super grindy, but the first one, So in case you didn't know, unlocking gold camo for one gun in the original Black Ops required you to get 14th prestige and then pay 50,000 COD points to unlock it. And yes, you had to pay 50,000 points for every single gun, which meant you were going to be grinding this game for hours on end to unlock enough credits for one gold camo. And this grind only started after you hit 14th prestige. That's an absurd amount of COD camo grinding. I'm honestly not sure if anyone actually managed to get gold on every single weapon without cheating. If you did, that is legit. Send me proof. I would love to give you a shout out in a future video. In my opinion, Black Ops 1 Gold was the craziest camo grind in COD history. And if you were there back in 2010 or 11, you're probably going to agree with me. And yes, guys, I read every single comment of every single video. So if you have suggestions for future videos on the channel, you may end up getting shouted out like user XF5HO8TS6N. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.